Alright everyone, now it's time for the Trump-Russia story just fell apart number 2, this time from Project Veritas. You'll know James O'Keefe. He swung and missed twice during the election with some of his revelations. They weren't really as scandalous as people were expecting, but he did score a major win against some of the DNCs like offshoot operatives in some of these groups, openly suggesting potential violent acts as well as potentially illegal voter fraud. Whether or not that was carried out with is a different story, but they did indeed suggest that it would be a good idea, leading to the resignation of one of these individuals and the firing of another. So you can say the story was probably at least partly true. Now, I happen to think James O'Keefe is one of those people who wraps himself up too much in sensationalism and so cheapens his own brand. He should just stick to straight investigative journalism without sort of the, the theme music and the long intros and flashy infographics and stuff like that. Straight reporting, when you're doing that sort of thing as part of a general campaign, is going to pay off more. That would be my advice to him anyway. This time we have the strange tale of a CNN producer saying, oh yeah, the Trump-Russia stuff's mostly bullshit. It's for ratings. Well, there you go, CNN openly admitting this, which makes sense since didn't they just fire several people and have to retract a story on Trump and Russia? The thing is, these corporate firms would have already positive evidence that there was collusion anyway because of so many leakers in the White House, supposedly. So many leakers and whistleblowers within government agencies who really don't even like Trump. A lot of them are Obama era and they simply haven't been replaced because Trump has other things I guess he thinks more important. He should at some point take care of that probably. The government right now is strangulated. You can't exonerate Trump or anybody else within government from saying that. It is indeed strangulated. It has a sort of large-scale dysfunction going on. And so if Trump actually is doing something untoward, you would think that the corporate media probably would hear about it pretty quickly. It'd be submitted to WikiLeaks. It would be submitted to CNN. Somebody would send a yellow envelope to MSNBC for Rachel Maddow or something like that, and pretty soon you'd see them headhunting after Trump. If the Trump-Russia story is true, why is CNN canning people? Why is one of their producers on tape now saying, yeah, it's essentially it's clickbait, it's fake news, it's for ratings, it's we're competing with MSNBC and they won't let the issue go. Maddow comes out some time ago, oh, we've got Trump tax returns, and pretends that it's a big deal, and then apparently live on air while she's looking at them sort of gets a sour face. It's, oh yeah, it's, it's okay, it's just a little aside or something. What planet are you living on? I don't know. I think Trump is trolling some of these people. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the Trump-Russia stuff is leaked to the press or whatever by Trump's campaign itself just to have a laugh, keep him distracted. And because of the structure of modern corporate media, they can't actually ignore it. And one of the firms is going to report on it, so they all have to in order to compete on that story. Otherwise, they feel left behind. It's definitely lucrative. There are so many people who gobbled down the DNC line of Russia's trying to elect Donald Trump that it's automatic front page news on every single outlet. The right-wing outlets that like Trump, they'll say, oh, new scandalous story that's provably untrue. If it's like MSNBC or Vox or something, they put it on the front page and say, oh, new scandalous story that is objectively true. Trump is going to be impeached now, ha ha. And he's still there. And he's going to keep being there. Veritas has the problem of an image problem more than it has any other problem. And so there are people who think James O'Keefe is an automatic far right-wing nut, and therefore, no matter how accurate the portrayal is, no matter how adequate the video proof actually would be, they would just ignore it because they happen to be partisans and on the left. It'd be sort of like back during the Bush administration when WikiLeaks was dumping stuff related to our so-called war effort, showing, yeah, the Bush admin's inept and corrupt. A lot of people on the right just said, oh, well, that fucking, pinko commie, Julian Assange, nobody would trust him. Obama gets elected, all of a sudden things are being leaked about his administration, and then people say Assange is far right and working for Russia. And I guess he's still far-right and working for Russia simply because Trump appears to run a tighter ship. I think it's the illusion of leaks from within the administration in half of these cases. I think it's an illusion. I think it's Trump trolling people and people fixating on that because it happens to be good clickbaity news titles for their online sites. And in reality, he laughs his ass off the entire time. It's almost the illusion of chaos within his inner circle. And the real chaos is at DC at large because he's thrown it into chaos and he's having a good time. I don't think that he's despondent at all when they say Trump has nervous breakdowns and starts yelling at people. I don't know that I actually consider that true. I think that that's poorly sourced. Some anonymous source claiming to be from the White House. Okay, well, you know, I don't know who it is. I don't know if they've ever been in the White House. Is it the janitor making up... Is it the local gossip making up stories or something? So CNN now saying, yeah, we're doing this for ratings because people want to hear about the Trump-Russia scandal that I guess doesn't exist at all. If there's any conversation between Trump and Russia, like they're saying, oh, well, so many of his staff were in communication with this Russian firm that skirts sanctions, and they had to retract that story because it's actually a totally different firm that doesn't skirt sanctions. The conversations provably had nothing to do with the Trump campaign. They actually fired people over this. CNN's got problems. Right now, it's great fun because Fox has constant problems right now with its ratings, with whatever Sean Hannity decides to say because he doesn't feel challenged by them anymore, or Tucker Carlson. They've lost Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly's gone. CNN has constant problems because of crap like this. MSNBC is now #1 on cable news. You know, weren't they in like 5th place a few years ago? And Maddow was their only real redeeming feature, and a lot of people turned them off during the Iraq War, selling all these pinkos and stuff like that. Now they're #1. It's like, see, the worst of the corporate brands are the ones that are dying. MSNBC's tolerable because they don't try to hide their bias. Fox pretends that it doesn't have a bias. CNN pretends that it doesn't have a bias. And so they get the shit slapped out of them, while MSNBC that openly proclaims, yeah, we're a bunch of liberals here. We hate Trump. Yeah, get over it. They're actually #1. It's become sort of the anti-Trump network. And then Megyn Kelly there, she fails in the ratings despite the fact that she gets unlimited free publicity for talking to Alex Jones, and it's still a flop. Like, is anybody still talking about her explosive interview with Alex Jones other than Alex Jones fans making fun of her? I mean, this is great fun. I love the chaos. I think the government's dysfunctional. I'm against authoritarianism. There are way too many problems in government, but it's fun to see things be dysfunctional because for so long people pretended it wasn't dysfunctional. All the Democrats pretended that the government was doing fine after the Snowden revelations. Oh, mass surveillance, it's fine. We used to ramble about it. Now we've grown up. We're pro-war now. We're pro-government and stuff like that. It was funny. So seeing James O'Keefe screw CNN, this is a really funny one. So I'll link in the description, archived, as always. That's about all. Peace out.